Zach, did you watch the Care Bears or Magic School Bus as a kid?
I watched the Care Bear movie. And
There's a movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Care Bear movie, or I just have terrible memory. And then I did watch the Magic School Bus.
Right. Well, see, I didn't watch that much Care Bears, but I do remember some episodes. But I watched a lot of Magic School Bus. Like, I'm pretty sure I had every episode of Magic School Bus. But now Netflix is bringing both of these shows as they're already trusted brand by the parents, and they're bringing both to Netflix.
Well, then I guess I'll use my free time to pick up a new hobby. But I really wish that our school teachers would grade like Mrs. Frizzle, my nizzle.
Good.
Randomonium, 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 randomonium. Welcome to Randomonium, or should I say Hobbimonium?
Or the 17th episode on the 17th.
Or that.
Okay. Tonight we are talking about hobbies. Zach, you should go first.
What?
Like, talk about your hobbies.
Oh gosh, what do I do with my life? I like to play video games.
What kind of video games?
I like retro video games, so like Zelda.
Retro.
Zelda's like my lifestyle. I even brought a necklace.
Stop.
Which is appropriate. And then
Someone's passionate about something.
Somebody's passionate about something, which is good. It's always good to be passionate. And I also like to do video and photo.
Wow.
I say video because if I don't, our professors will yell at us because we do video, right?
We do video.
We do video. So I suppose we can talk about your hobbies now, even though I don't think you have any.
What? Why do you say that?
Because all you do is watch TV.
Well, I do like watching TV. SVU. I like watching
Law and
SVU.
Order.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
And
Not-
I also
not
like to
bad.
bake, but it's quite fattening and expensive in college, so I don't really do it.
I am well aware, if you know what I mean.
And I also like to play video games, but like Mario, and sometimes Zelda, and Donkey Kong.
And Donkey. Well, these are classics.
Right?
You like have to like them.
Right. And then I don't like anything else. And puzzle games.
I don't like anything.
And homework. I like playing homework.
Like,
I
you're
like
in the
doing
wrong
homework.
path. You probably have like the
Right?
saddest life ever. Like, if you like to do homework, I don't know.
Playing as well. Well, it's a good thing that the show isn't about me.
You are right, because tonight we have two guests on the show tonight, and they're going to talk about their hobbies and then their professions.
We have Goodfriend here to talk about her new book, but we also tap into some of her hobbies because I know that she's pretty nerdy.
Yeah, and apparently she likes a lot of shoes. Like
She
So
owns like a huge shoe closet.
Yes. And then, but first we interview Jennifer Felton from the UMC about her unique hobby in bird carving, and also I've seen her carve ice too before.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy and cold. And very cold. I'm sure
was.
she remembers that moment
I
very
do
well.
remember that. Did you know that my father carves wood?
I did know that. You told
did.
me that.
I did. And so he carved this pen for me.
The pen.
See
It's a nice pen.
I know. And I mean, he carved my sister's like nice things, but he made me this pen. Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
He also makes ornaments as well. He made this for Jerry Johnson.
I'll hold this. He
Okay.
made this for Jerry Johnson directly?
Right.
Because of
Last
BBE
year.
colors, right? Right. He didn't make me anything.
Right. Oh, well,
That's kinda
you don't
sad.
really know him.
Oh.
But he's like a part of a club, and he goes every month on a Monday to
What is
wood
the
carving
club called?
I don't really know. It's like wood carvers in northern Iowa.
Wood Carvers Unite!
Stop. They're just a lot of old people that drink coffee and talk about wood carving and their projects, and I don't know. They normally make a lot more cooler stuff than he does. He like makes all these
Small things.
right. Well, he like makes ornaments. This is an example of his pattern that he always does. You can see it prevalent in his canes, his ornaments, and other knickknacks.
Sounds like we're talking like a famous artist here.
Sorry.
Well, I feel like we need to pick up a productive hobby like wood carving.
I can do that. I can't.
I couldn't either.
But
I'd probably
we-
end up cutting my hands
Well,
open.
we do Randomonium though, so
Yeah,
that's a good hobby.
Kind of a hobby, yeah.
I
I suppose so. I think we should probably get back to our hobby, actually.
Probably. So we'll take a short break here, and then after this, we'll have Jennifer Felton with her bird carvings.
We cannot say that today.
Stay tuned. Randomonium is back from the Office of University Marketing and Communications, an avid bird carver, and having the same birthday as co-host Zachary. Welcome, Jennifer Felton.
Surprised you with that one.
Thank you. Yes, you did surprise me.
Your birthday is?
July 15th.
Nice. That's my birthday.
Wow!
Good.
Go ahead.
No. So tell us about yourself and what you do at BVU.
Well, I've been at BVU for 14 years.
Wow.
I started as publications director, and now I'm director of University Marketing and Communications. I have a great staff of 6 people that are way fun to work with. So that's kind of the key of being in my office is fun people to be around. And we get to tackle all kinds of exciting things. So it's always changing.
Wow. Yeah. Some of
Like the
people
ice
should-
sculpture thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you wanna talk-
You came and witnessed
I don't
the
wanna-
ice sculpture.
I don't want to tease them too much and not tell them about the ice sculpting. So go ahead and tell them just a little bit about we'll go from ice carving to bird carving.
Well, every year we try to do a really interesting Christmas card of some sort. So last year it was a video, and we chose to get a big block of ice and carve the arch out of it if we could. And we'd never tried it in advance of what you saw us do. You were there and witnessed it in person. But we started with a chainsaw and worked our way down to chisels and ended up with, I don't know, I suppose it was about this big
Yeah.
in the end.
It was cold that
It was
morning.
very cold. We did it on the front porch of UMC because we had to keep the ice from melting.
Right.
And everyone was bundled up, and we had some cool effects and things going on. And
With
all
chainsaw.
hands on deck. We all got to help and be part of it. And
I remember you tried doing like the fog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was there for that.
Yes.
we tried to throw sparks a little bit too with the grinder.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause
Kind
it's
of
all
a fire
about
and
art,
ice
right?
sort of a thing. But yeah.
Fire and ice.
Well,
I love this hashtag that we have for. We have a great hashtag for it. It's called J Chisel.
oh, nice.
We usually don't tell our people what we hashtag underneath them, but J Chisel is a pretty great hashtag in my opinion. So
That's because you created
Thank
it.
it's nothing the fact that I created
Oh,
it.
okay.
But
Sorry.
Would you ride a gorilla? Sidewind. There we go.
I think I would if it wasn't in a jungle, but like downtown New York or something fun.
Like,
You're not worried about
You know,
the
you
fact
have to have
that
like
it's-
close buildings for perspective for fast.
it's almost
Right.
like King Kong almost.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Right.
It'd be more fun.
be a giant gorilla.
So then, how did you get into wood carving?
My husband and I built a cabin in the woods over north of Cherokee, and I decided that it needed this really cool owl on the newel post, so the very first railing up to the loft. So I just decided to kind of take a stab at it, and it turned out okay, and I thought I can do better than this. So then I did the next one and challenged myself, and then just decided when I was done with it to try to enter it in a competition. So I ended up picking the world competition.
Right, that was
little
what I would
lofty
jump
there,
to.
and
Oh, wow.
yeah, I went out there and saw what everything was like and what everyone was doing, and kind of lit my fire. So this will be the 6th year I'll be going in
Wow.
April.
Did you how did you learn then? I mean, you just go at it
Just
or
self-taught, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Looking at books. There's not a whole lot of video on it because a lot of the people who are involved are older. And so I'm usually the youngest there and one of the only females, and so there aren't a lot of YouTube videos to watch, which is unfortunate. But yeah, books and picking up what other people do out of the competition and listening and trial and error.
Trial and error.
This is the second head on this bird, so
Does it like
you have to just kind of keep going when you hit a roadblock.
right? Well, let's get a close up of the bird. So this is an example. How long did this take you then?
This one was about 1,200 hours.
1,200
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, from concepting all the way through to final art. But
That is crazy. That is a lot of hours.
So, do you like research birds and I don't.
I
you
only like birds
decide?
of prey because they have kind of an interesting character that you can portray through them versus songbirds or what everyone at the competition calls Tweety birds. So this is much more fun to do. They just kind of have a fierceness that you can capture in them if you want to. So I've done mostly owls and raptors and falcons. So
Raptors.
yeah.
That's insane. That is insane. And what do you have in your hand then right now?
This is actually Tupelo wood, so it's what's underneath the whole sculpture. So the base, the dirt mound is Tupelo, as well as the bird. So it's really soft. It's grainless wood, and this is just the start of a feather. I thought I'd bring
Ooh,
just a
it is
sample.
soft.
Just a sample, right?
Yeah,
More than
was
the
just-
average person.
it's just about 2 hours of messing around to play.
Go ahead and ask
See
her
how I
next
did.
question. I'm
Okay.
gonna play this stuff.
So, do you have any other fun hobbies you like?
Other fun hobbies. I love to sail, so I like to Hobie sail in the summer. Little adventure. It's a wet sail, so you get splashed a lot and go over a lot, and it's just really fun. The faster, the better. The bigger the waves, the better. So that's my fun in the summer. In the winter, I'm basically doing this in my studio. What else? I have nephews and a niece that I love to spend time with, play with. Other than that, both of those I have seasonal things, summer thing and a winter thing, and they take all my time. So, yeah.
Have you won any awards for your? No, you talked about going to competitions. Have you won anything lately?
Yeah.
or-
Well, I've been 6 times, and I've ribboned every time I've gone.
Wow.
This is the only first I've got. It's pretty stiff competition.
Yeah, I could.
So this was the first, and then this one also got 3rd in the category. So it got 1st in the division, and then 3rd in the category. So
So you have to paint this as well, right?
yeah, so it starts off like this, and then you go through and you do a wood burning technique to get every single barb. Wood burning. Yeah,
So
so it's
complicated.
actually black before I paint it because of all the wood
Wow.
burning. So you put every barb in, and then you go back and paint it over that. So
That's crazy.
lots of levels.
It's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
That is a lot of detail. So, what is your favorite flower?
Favorite flower? Orchid. I'm going to be plain on that
Ooh.
one.
Orchids are
Not,
pretty.
not imaginative there. Sorry.
Have you gotten to anything else in wood carving, like you like to carve, or?
Is it just birds?
Well, maybe this is interesting. I've carved ice. I've carved
Right.
clay, wood, gingerbread, cake.
Gingerbread.
You can carve gingerbread.
What else? Plastic. Snow. I was up to like
track.
8 things when I thought about this before the show. How many different things
How
I've
many
carved?
things
So
have I carved?
yeah, maybe not other things out of wood, but other materials. So
That's really
Gingerbread
awesome.
house.
yeah. That was a Christmas card one year for the university.
Oh,
was the
right,
chapel.
right.
So,
Oh, yeah, I don't
I've seen
remember that
that.
even.
yeah.
So, going back to your job, what's your favorite part? Maybe what's the most rewarding part about your job? Always difficult.
I would say making it through a challenge, because nothing's easy, and so it's fun when clients bring challenges that are just you think, wow, how's this going to work? And you work with the team and you figure it out, and you get through to the other side. I think that's the most fun, because if I wasn't challenged, I'd be bored.
Yeah.
And that's you want a job that continually challenges, just like this challenges you.
So, what do you do there? You're talking about clientele. Like,
Yeah.
what's an example of a client, or like how you?
Every department on campus is a client for us.
Okay.
So admissions, both Storm Lake and graduate and professional studies, graduate program, the different schools, faculty members, other staff, internal, external, develop marketing strategy, figure out advertising campaigns, figure out how to meet goals. The challenge, right?
Yeah.
Entire university there.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of my job at Two Fix, but we just kind of chill out. But thank you. that's how we end an interview, right?
Oops.
Thank you, Jennifer, for coming on the show tonight and
welcome.
talking and sharing about your hobby. We learned a lot about wood carving, and of course, you've carved many other things, as you were saying. So up next, we have an author and a psychology professor, Dr. Wynn Goodfriend. She'll be right after this.
Welcome back to Randomonium. With us, we have BVU Associate Professor of Psychology, owner of a very large shoe closet, and also has a 28-page resume, Dr. Wynn Goodfriend.
Hi.
Hello. What an entry, right?
Right? I practiced it.
I bet
before.
you did.
You heard it.
Well, obviously, we've announced who you are, but go ahead and tell us who you are and what's your favorite thing to do.
I am a psychology professor here at BVU. I've been here for 9 years, and probably my favorite thing to do is to learn about psychology. It's always interested me, and I'm fortunate enough to have a job where I actually get to do something that I love every single day.
I've taken her class.
Have you?
Intro.
How was it?
It was pretty great.
I was going to say,
Like-
that's what you have to say right,
Right?
now. I mean, she's only tied down by a mic cord, and that's what
Like,
we're
it's
not
been one of my favorite classes here.
Aw, tears.
Right?
All right, go ahead.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, Green Lantern.
Green
Wow.
Lantern.
She's going to fire off questions
Right?
left and right. Like, Green Lantern.
She knows
Why?
her stuff.
Green Lantern can only be successful with his powers if he's also intelligent and creative. Unlike someone like Superman, who can just kind of use brute force, Green Lantern actually requires intelligence, and I appreciate that. Also, one of the early Green Lanterns was African American, and I appreciate the diversity in superheroes. Most of them are white men, and so I also like that about him.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. I can't even think of one off the top of my head that isn't a white male.
Well, Wonder Woman.
Right, and Captain Marvel or something, right? That I was just looking
don't
it up.
really
Don't worry,
know.
it doesn't matter. Chelsey, what? I can't believe you included. What is psychology?
Wow. Psychology is
put it in
the
there,
scientific study of human behavior and thought processes.
That's exactly what I would write down when I'm like studying for a test. Like, that's the definition I need to know.
And what made you interested in psychology?
When I was young, I was very weird and did not fit in at all and did not have any friends until I was 15 years old. And that made me very interested in human interaction and the expectations of social norms and conformity. And so I studied human interaction because I did not fit in. And that made me really interested in expectation and prejudice and conformity. And so when I realized that there was a field called psychology where this was what people studied for a living, I knew that's where I needed to be.
So is human interaction like your focus in psychology now, or so you don't like? I know that you go to conferences, correct? Mm-hmm. What do you speak? Like, what topics do you speak about?
So I am in a subfield of psychology called social psychology, which is the study of social interaction. And in particular, my research focuses on two general areas. The first is stereotypes and prejudice, and I'm particularly interested in sexism and homophobia. And then the other area of research that I focus on is domestic violence and relationship violence.
Also, Zach wanted to know this question, and it passed on the teleprompter, but he wanted to know where your name came from.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
that is a story that takes about 15 minutes to tell. And I'm afraid we do not have time. You'll have to have me back for another episode.
There you go.
Probably.
Make it an hour-long episode. We can still fit in another interview, of course, right? Oh.
I can tell you the short version, the Goodfriend part of it, is because my great-grandfather, whose name was Jakob Goodfriend, which is Jacob Goodfriend in German, he came to Ellis Island from Austria to avoid anti-Semitism. And he translated his name into English to hide the fact that he was Jewish.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, she did tell me that it was
intense.
from a Jewish family. So that makes sense.
I went to Ellis Island and I found his name in the original book. So that was a really important moment for me.
Yeah.
I went there. I didn't find anything.
I didn't either.
Oh, did you? Did you go
I
there?
didn't. Yeah, I did
Okay.
go there.
Okay. Are you?
All right,
I asked the last question.
Okay, so name your favorite hobby outside of psychology.
I enjoy watching geeky television and movies.
Like
Star Trek,
right?
Lost,
Big Bang
Alias, Game of Thrones.
That is pretty.
Then everyone else is like cheering. Yeah! I don't know anybody that's like Game of Thrones, boo. But I suppose there's people out there. But so lately, you've been working on a book, correct?
I have
Or
actually
technical
two books.
Okay.
2 books. Wow.
So I've written one and I'm editing another. The one I've written is coming out next month, available on all online bookstores, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. And it's called Voices of Hope, Breaking the Silence of Relationship Violence. It highlights people who have survived relationship violence. It highlights 10 autobiographies, 6 women and 4 men. And it talks about how people can come out of relationship violence with resilience and empathy and become stronger because of it. The second book, the one I'm editing, is called Taking Sides, Clashing Views in Social Psychology, and it highlights 20 current controversies in the field of social psychology and presents an article on both sides of the debate.
And that interests you, of course?
Absolutely. I'm very interested in controversies such as racism, homophobia, sexism, as I mentioned before. There are also some more esoteric debates within the field for how should we be doing research, the ethics of types of different experimentation. So the book is really particularly of interest to people who already know a little bit about social psychology, or it could be used in a social psychology class on a campus.
That's what I thought. Like using it as a class.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
seems appropriate. We were just learning in sociology about ethics, and that seems like, of course, something that they're concerned about.
So I know you've traveled a lot.
I have.
Where would be one place you would travel back to?
I loved my trip to Ireland. That was probably the most fun country I've ever visited. Italy had the best food. Greece had the best ruins, Greece and Turkey. So those would probably be on the top of my list.
We had David Evans on the show, and he said he'd go back to Turkey, right?
Turkey is really
Yes.
beautiful. It's not something that many people consider as a vacation destination,
yeah.
but Turkey has wonderful food, wonderful people, and some of the best ancient ruins. A lot of the sites that are mentioned in the Old Testament, for example, are still there in Turkey. Also, when I took students to Turkey, we went to Troy and saw the ruins of Troy.
Oh, yeah, that would be beautiful, for sure.
And quick, would you ride a gorilla?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Easy enough, right?
Right? Well
Okay,
then,
so you can go ahead and wrap it up.
well thank you, Wood and Win, Goodfriend. We'll keep you here because we'll have some trivia about Star Trek
Oh, my goodness.
Go on
for
with
the
nerdy.
closing,
Pressure.
and we'll see you after the break.
Thanks for watching Randomonium.
Our last episode for this season is December 1st.
Kind of sad to think about.
Right?
Also, because we're shameless, go ahead and like us on Facebook and follow us up on Twitter. We'll keep up to date, and we'll let you know when we're going to release the schedules for next semester.
Right, and thanks again to Jennifer Felton and Dr. Win Goodfriend for being on the show tonight.
Yes, wonderful guests and
Right.
an upbeat show. So now we have a quiz for Dr. Goodfriend, here to test her
I'm ready.
knowledge on the 10 Star Trek movies. So hopefully it's fair.
I feel pressure.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the goal, right?
So thank you for watching. So what is the name of the first Star Trek movie?
I think it was Star Trek. I don't remember the subtitle. I was like 7 when I saw this movie, so I don't.
It says Star Trek the
motion picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just Star Trek, basically.
Yeah, well.
So what ship does Khan steal in the movie?
The Enterprise.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been a long
It
time.
says USS Reliant.
Oh, the Reliant?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Right.
he does steal the Reliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. What is the name of Klingon?
No, Klingon.
Klingon? That's what I meant.
You
Sorry.
should have watched Star Trek before this. Klingon commander who ordered the death of Kirk and Kirk's son David.
Oh, he was played by Christopher Lloyd. I remember the actor. I don't remember the character's name.
Starts with a K. Does that make sense? No.
Well, I would say Khan, but
Well.
it's not.
It does start with a K. though. She's good.
Yeah.
Krug?
Krug. Yeah, see,
Right.
Christopher
Commander
Lloyd is who I
Krug.
remember.
Well, that's
All
good
right.
enough, right?
What is the name of the marine biologist who takes care of the whales?
Oh,
George
I think it's
and
Jillian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Taylor.
Look at you.
She's got this. Golden.
Right? And where is it that Cybok is
Spock?
Cybok
Cybok. It says Cybok.
Okay.
is trying to get to in Star Trek: The Final Frontier.
Void the question. It's okay.
Just kidding. Okay. What is it
There you go.
that
She's got this one.
new what is it? Klingon?
Klingon.
Klingon bird of prey can
You gotta,
do
like,
or
educate
has that is dangerous to the Federation.
Oh yeah, it has
They can run
a cloaking
credits
device.
anytime.
As a cloaking device, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It can
cloaking
fire
device.
when cloaked. Yes. Oh, this. we can keep going. We'll keep going.
Okay, and wait. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention. Did she get
Right.
this?
She got that.
I got the cloaking device. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Who is reported dead in the energy ribbon that the Enterprise B gets trapped in at the beginning of Star Trek Generations?
That was an awful movie.
Was it?
I stopped watching it halfway through. So
That was an awful movie, everyone. So don't watch it. They're gonna like.
that was
comments.
a transition
James
between
T.
original
Kirk?
series and Next Generation.
Okay.
James T. Kirk.
Yeah.
Is what it
Yes.
says.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the name?